on? My name is Jesse Morrison. Welcome back to Knotted Hooks. Today we're going to go over the quick and dirty pocket shrimp for steelhead, and let's jump into it. You can go to the store and pick up just some fresh shrimp. As you can see here, I just went up to the deli, just a local grocery store, picked up a pound. The nice thing is, if you just want like a half pound or a quarter pound, or you're a little broke, I mean, you can tell them, I'll take one shrimp and then go home and do it. But here you go. We got this. We have this bait cure. It's from Procure. I have some fuzz egg cure. I have some shrimp and prawn cure. I have some sodium sulfates. I've got the Procure Addicted Steelhead Blend. This stuff's fire. And then I have the Lunker Oil Crawfish. And a little bit of sugar and a little bit of salt. All right, first ingredient, we're gonna go with the Procure Shrimp and Prawn Cure. This is the Fireball Red. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add about a quarter cup. Okay, that goes in there. Next, we have the Fuzz. This is egg cure, and yes, I'm doing it for shrimp, but this stuff works awesome. Steelhead Blend, Procure, same amount. Throw that in there, boom. All right, next we have Procure again. This is bait cure for steelhead. This is for eggs again. Same amount. It's just shy of a quarter cup. And then for the sodium sulfate, I'm just putting in about a tablespoon in there. And then we go to sugars. I like to add sugars. Salmon love a little sweetness, and steelhead. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of sugar in there. And I'm gonna do half of a quarter, so it's about an eighth of a cup in there. And then the salt. I'm gonna put a quarter cup of salt in there. This helps kind of firm up the meat, if you will. Makes it last longer. You can keep this stuff stored for a really long time. I mean, even up to a year. So you can see it in the jar. It seems like quite a bit in there. This is a hot mix I like, but for some reason this stuff is just fire. They just go after it and go crazy. One important thing is you don't want to just use tap water if you live in the city. If you have a well, it's probably not a big deal, but you want to have water you can buy at the store, or just bottled water or something like that. But the best ingredient, but don't tell anybody, is go to the river you're gonna fish and get a couple gallons of water, store it in your shop somewhere, and use the water that you're actually gonna be fishing in. That's kind of a little tip for you. So what I do is I usually put in about a little under half of the water and the contacts together, put the lid on, and we just go to town shaking. Look at that color. That is bright red. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is fire. They cannot stay off of it. I found this by just goofing around. Like I say, just try everything. I know this is a lot of ingredients and it's a lot of stuff to buy, but you're only using a little bit of each one. So really, you can make quite a few batches with this. It's a small investment at first, but this stuff is fire. So, I mean, look at that color. That is just beautiful. And then we add the shrimp into it. All right, so you can start grabbing the shrimp out of here and just basically just throw them in there. Now I got the stuff that's already de-shelled just to save me a little time, and the weird thing is the price was exactly the same. This is a pound of shrimp. Cost me about 10 bucks. You can get the frozen stuff too. The frozen stuff's fine. I just like this stuff because it soaks in faster, so if you're going sooner, you don't have time to let it sit. I'll go with the fresh stuff every time. And the weird thing is, I went and looked. This stuff was actually cheaper than the frozen bag. Same thing, a pound. That works out perfect for these quart mason jars. Is 1 pound of shrimp. Actually, it was 15 bucks. I lied, I'm sorry. Woo! So, put these bad boys in there. And before you close the lid, I like to give it a little extra something. I'm gonna put a little crawfish in there. You're just like, just crawfish, crawfish. Just a little bit in there, about that much. And then, once you regain your composure, Procure Addicted Steelhead Blend. Fire. Good job, guys. Put some of that in there. I'm a little liberal with that stuff. And then I close the lid. But you can kind of see the color in there. I mean, they only sat for, what, 10 seconds and they're already starting to get dyed. This stuff is fire. What I like, this just gives it a little more enticing to bite. It's kind of a bite attractant and they just freaking want it. So try and shake this if you can, every 3 or 4 hours, or you know, once or twice a day if you can. And then just keep it stored in your fridge. And with all those salts in there and the preservatives and stuff and everything that you put into it, this should hold for a really long time. Hopefully you're not fishing only once or twice a year and you're actually getting out there. This stuff, you'll run through them and then you'll keep making more of this stuff. Alright guys, that's it. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Support the community. And I was Abba. Call a meat wagon, the new guy's turn. I was like, "Whoa! Whoa! What are you doing over there, Frank?" I'm just sitting here doing the thing. No, Frank, no. You know what? Let's cut in this bad boy. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside. Abba Zabba. Thanks for watching. See you out in the water.